White Sox team can have a really decent season in a really bad division. That's what you guys have to remember. It's a really bad division.
It is.
That's
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
You have your scab-eating OC holding you back, calling two of the same screenplays in a row during one game, and having you throw two passes, which I was corrected by, one pass in the fourth quarter of a game you were the best player in. Fight me!
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. Bullshit.
a good organization would do. But this is the Bears, not a good organization. So they're going to keep Ryan Poles.
Why?
We just feel our disappointment. That's all.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Between the Bears and the Bears.
Yeah, we do it. We do it when it's still warm outside.
Right, yeah.
We can get out like October, beginning November. Still like 50, 60 degrees. Nowadays, it's still like 70 degrees.
And that way, during the winter, we're still so angry that everything's warm. Welcome to Combs and Fitz, Windy City Sports Talk. What the hell happened to the music? I don't know. But it's here.
We have the music.
We are here. We got a lot of stuff going on, man. We got stuff going on here in Chicago. We got the Cubs.
Lots of action.
NLDS runs through Wrigley. We've got the Bears look like an actual football team last week.
What did I say? What did I say? Don't panic. What did I say? Yeah. Don't panic.
That's been your mantra this entire season so far, is to not panic, even though you've panicked ever since this first snap of the season.
Shut up, Pete Carroll. Go back in your hole.
Yeah, exactly. But no, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Look, we got this game going on in Dublin right now. The Steelers going up against the Minnesota Vikings have a 24-6 lead over the Vikings. Didn't see that happening today either. But Steelers do have a good defense. We were talking about that before the show. Yep. I don't know why they keep bringing the NFL to Europe, into Ireland, and all these other places where American football doesn't matter to these places. And I don't know if you heard this, but I told you before the show that I had something for you that I don't think that you've heard yet. That is a wild story.
I love this.
Skylar Thompson, the backup for the Pittsburgh Steelers, was jumped and robbed in Dublin, Ireland last night.
I had that here
in Dublin, Ireland. Like, does the NFL not pay attention to what's going on around the world and how much right now America is hated by foreign countries? And we're gonna send our athletes there. Now, granted, Skylar Thompson is still, he's Skylar Thompson, and he's on the I believe he's on the IR too. I don't even think that he's active, but I mean, what are we doing? What is the NFL doing? He's in Dublin. I don't know. I mean,
I think that's an English show, but still.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and Stephen Ryan's right. Global expansion, my guy. Yeah, he's right. And AJ has to go to a brunch. AJ, I don't know why you're going to a brunch, dude.
AJ, it's Sunday during the NFL season. You don't go to brunch, sir. Why would you agree to brunch? First of all, listen. My wife asked me on Friday. She said, "Hey, Aubrey's going to Iowa for the weekend to go hang out with her cousin. They're going to go see the football game there. Do you want to do anything?" I said, "Do you know what this weekend is? We've got Ryder Cup. We've got college football with like 5 games that have ranking and college football playoff implications. We've got baseball games that have the utmost importance with playoff implications. No.
We got guys getting mugged in Dublin.
I'm sitting in front of my TV the entire weekend. I'm not moving.
Although I have to say, living on the south side, there's not a lot of people I know who haven't been mugged. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, they're trying to expand. I get it. They're trying to be basketball, but no one's basketball. Like, you can't redo Jordan.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Basketball just caught on better. It's hard. It's easier to play basketball, first of all, than it is. And we have a bored wife. Okay.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Michelle Combs. Who's that? Is a new listener to the show. Michelle Combs, thanks for joining. She's probably not going to be listening for much longer, but no, when you're trying to expand, it's like, I mean, give up kind of already. I mean, you got flag football in the Olympics. That's good enough. I mean, it's very hard to get to move a sport like this. Baseball moved pretty well around the world, and then
this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing today.
Oh my God, Isabel Zebio. Thank you, Isabel. Nice little bee there.
What we're doing today.
He's helping other women pollinate. Look at that. How nice. Nice, Isabel. Spreading the love. There's love out there.
Mom wouldn't care if I became single.
There's
All right. But no, I don't
at you, and I'm angry at you.
I don't understand why. I don't understand for the life of me why they keep
my family.
Global expansion or
Pay for my family.
Global.
Have you ever seen Godfather?
Your family came at me, to be fair.
You ever seen The Godfather? Okay. Moving on.
It gets better when Aiden shows up.
The show does. Thank you, Corey. Thanks for listening. I don't know. It seems like a moniker, like you're out like a woman of the night over there, Corey. But whatever, let's move on.
Somebody taking pictures of him like he's Brad Pitt or something.
Yeah.
Just walking like somebody was just randomly
FBI
in the mall.
The FBI took a picture of him or something. Like an FBI picture of him.
All right.
Nice pants, Corey. Anyway.
So yeah, I don't get it. I don't get as the Vikings score a touchdown here, but I don't understand why you still have to go to Europe. There's no really global expansion. Fine, I sure, but if there are people in Europe that are watching American football, they're going to continue to consume it. You don't have to bring it there. You don't have to bring players that have to travel now. 14 hours on a plane ride to Dublin? They're talking about going to. They're talking about going to Australia next year, which is like a 22-hour flight.
Oh my God!
It just doesn't make sense to me that they keep doing these games over there. It does nothing for the players. It does nothing for the brand because the people that are already fans over there are already fans. You're not going to get the soccer hooligans to come over and all of a sudden be more of a fan of the NFL than they are of soccer. So
yeah, you're not going to turn Dublin into East Texas.
No, absolutely not.
That's not happening.
So I don't. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why they continue to do it. And we're going to have these games for the next 3 weeks. The next 4 weeks, including today. We have games between Dublin and London and wherever the hell else they're going to be. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I never. Yeah, I mean, I don't either. At least just because it's so hard to start a league in a country for football. I mean, I sort of can understand, even though I think baseball is even more ridiculous because you only have 1 or 2 days to turn around and come back and start playing baseball again. But at least at baseball, all you need is a ball and a bat. There you go. You got a team. You can get a league started. It could be bad. Who cares? Even in basketball, you need is a hoop and a ball. With football, you need hundreds of thousands of dollars in equipment and all this stuff. I mean, it's a lot harder to just play football.
Yeah.
And it's not like soccer either. That's why soccer is basically a world sport. You got a goal, you got 2 posts and a ball. You can have a rag ball, for Christ's sake. You don't even need air, and you got soccer.
Right.
football's that's just. I mean, they've been trying to expand it for years, and it's expanded enough. See, that's what's with America. This is what we are. It's never enough. We're all like addicts.
We need more. We want more.
More manja. How could you make football any bigger? And like I said, Dublin's not going to turn into East or even West Texas. It's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I got my son trying to FaceTime me. Like kid, you know that I'm on. Wow, I'm gonna answer this while we're. Oh, he didn't. It just went dead. He must have heard me. How are you? How's my own son not watching the show? Instead, he's FaceTiming me, trying to call me and have a conversation.
He's pissed that the Patriots are going to be worse than the Bears this year.
He's mad at me because I picked the Panthers to beat the Patriots today.
Oh, your Panthers love will never end.
I will go to my grave with the Panthers love this year. No, for the life of me, I don't understand. Then you got players getting mugged out in Dublin. I mean, granted, like, here's my question. And Stephen Ryan you put up a comment, the most recognizable Steeler out there. That brings up another good point. And he's not the most recognizable. Obviously, I know he was joking about that, but why was he alone? You have a 56-man roster.
Yeah, no one else out there.
Skylar Thompson alone in Dublin, Ireland. Why aren't we going in like some sort of like buddy system where we have like 2 or 3 teammates with us at all times? You're alone. So what were you doing, Skylar Thompson?
Maybe he was looking for the woman of the night.
That,
probably bad things.
Yeah.
Maybe
especially when you're alone in a foreign country, when you're with 56 of your friends.
He was going to Subway with Jussie Smollett. Smollett in Chicago, like the Chicago. Then he got mugged. Did he really get mugged? Are we sure he got mugged?
That's what they said. He got jumped and robbed in Dublin. So, but anyway, before we get to some more football stuff, let's talk the baseball, because we've got
the baseball
4 teams left, still vying for the final 3 spots. Technically, I mean, there's only 2 spots that are at large because somebody's going to win the AL Central. The Detroit Tigers coming into September. I texted you this yesterday. Coming into September, had a 9.5 game lead on the division and had a 99.9% chance to win the division, according to Pacoda.
They were like the Bears in the fourth quarter.
9.9% chance.
Like the Bears in the fourth quarter the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, even the Cubs a couple of years ago, heading in September, they had a 94% chance, and we talk about that all the time, about how the hell you give that up. A 99.9% chance of winning the division. They were almost out of the playoffs. I mean, good for them, they won yesterday and they clinched that playoff spot. But if they lose that game yesterday and the Astros won, they'd be fighting for their playoff lives today. Now, from a 99.9% chance to win the division to out of the playoffs would have been insane.
Yeah,
now it's a 99.9% chance to win the division, and now you might be the last wild card team, forced to play on the road. This team coming into September was supposed to be the number 1 seed in baseball.
Yeah. No, and they've had a couple of these lulls where they were by far the best team in both leagues, and they lost. They've had a couple of these lulls, this being the worst one, but they've had a couple of times where they lost 6-7 games in a row, and this has just been pretty tough. They've only won 2 out of their last 10 games. They're barely hanging on. Really interesting story. And then you got Cleveland, who just always seems to play tough at the end of the year. Their young pitching's been just terrific. You took advantage.
Yeah. It's been wild to watch. It's been fun this weekend to watch everything. I mean, they just had that 3-game set with the Cleveland Guardians this week, in which the Guardians took 2 out of 3 in that division. They tied the division in that series. It's going to be interesting today to watch. I mean, all the games today for baseball start at 2. I think the latest first pitch is actually the Cubs and Cardinals at 2:20. but all the games will be over by 6 o'clock at the very latest, pending rain delays and all that other nonsense. But do you who do you expect? Like who is your pick in these playoffs? Like, what are you looking at? Like, we've got the Cubs are going to be playing the Padres. We got the Dodgers are going to be taking on the whoever gets in between the Reds and the Mets. That's another 2 games today. The Reds own the tiebreaker over the Mets, so the Mets might not make the playoff. All the Reds have to do is win, they're in.
Yeah.
If both teams lose, the Reds are in. So the National League to me is wide open. And then
Yeah,
you got
the Reds are one of the hottest teams. The Reds are the hottest team in the National League right now. Won 8 out of their last 10. You famously took the Reds to win this division. I mean, you were off by 13 games, but not that far off, and they've been a tough team really all year. They played well at the stretch, and they have a very young team, so that doesn't surprise me. Usually, sometimes young teams do play good at the end of the year. And they got probably one of the best managers, at least of this generation. I don't know if
knows how to win in October.
Yeah, it really does. And it's interesting. I got the Reds making the playoffs at this point. I had them making playoffs about a week ago. I just don't trust this Mets team. Talk about an inconsistent team. The Mets at one point were the best team in the National League.
Yeah.
And now they might win 84 games. Like I think the Reds make the playoffs there. And you're right. It is wide open. I tried to make the argument that that there's some predictability there, but it is wide open. You can go with the hottest team in the American League, which is the Yankees, who've won 9 out of their last 10. Got lucky with pulling the White Sox.
Mark my words, the Reds are going to win today. They're getting into the playoffs, and the Reds are going to beat the Dodgers in the wild card round. Mark it down, bet it. If you get a chance, go get the Reds to beat the Dodgers in the wild card round. The Reds are going to beat the Dodgers in the wild card round.
And
it's going to be the Reds versus the I believe it would be the Brewers at that point, right? Because the Brewers do get they reseed. I can't remember if they reseed in baseball. I don't think they do. So I think the Brewers would get the lowest seed. So if the Reds win, that would be the Reds.
Don't think they don't have to play in the wild cards.
They don't. They have a week off, which I think hurts the Brewers more than it helps.
Well, we'll see. I mean, people say go back and forth. I'd like this. There's no longevity to these new brackets. And since we're on the wild card, I do believe it's the worst playoff bracket in basically the history of American sports. I mean, if you think of it, if you're going to let a team play for a playoff spot, the significance of you playing 162 game season to 3 games to get to the next level of the playoffs. There's no other sport that's I think ever done that.
Well, it's better than what it was, though, right?
It's not equivalent. Yeah, where it's 1 game. I get it. Just like we said back then, just lengthen the season.
Yeah,
just lengthen the season. And give them a 5-game series. Like to have a 162-game season, then everything's down to 3 games. There you go. It's like no other sport does that. Basketball plays 82 games. They have a 5-game series. Hockey, same thing. Like football, yes, you only get 1 game, but they can't play more than 1 game in football. Like, get over it. They can't. Plus, if you do the equation to what the football season is, it's 17 games. You play 1 game. That's 1/17 of the season. You don't. There's no way for this to make sense to me that a 3-game series makes sense here.
It's better than what it was, and but you play 3-game series all year long. So I will say that part. I do agree with you, though.
Oh, well, you're right. Then they play 3-game series all day, all week. I mean, what?
No. Trust me. I'm with you.
They play 1-game series in the NBA. Should they have 1-game series?
Well, but more baseball is always better. But the 1-game series was dumb. The 1-game wild card for between the second and third wild card to get the chance to play the the first wild card and all this. That was nonsense. So they went to this, and now they give the top seed the bye. I don't like that either for the top seed, because how many times since they've started this, and I think this is like the third or fourth year now, have we seen that top seed go down in the wild card round because you get a week off? A week off in baseball, man, is tough, because it's about being hot. It's about consistently playing. And I don't like that either for the top seed, but I agree with you. I think it should be 5-7-7-7. I think that should be the format, and you should play less regular season games. I agree with you. The playoffs should start.
Who's watching? Yeah, who's watching the White Sox Nationals right now, other than me and Colson Montgomery's family?
Yeah,
Like,
somebody who does it, maybe like I did yesterday. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. We can have 5 to 7 less games. It's fine, and then let's get to the playoffs already. Yeah, and it'll even be warmer. You can start the season still early. I just don't see the downside here. Yeah, and it incentivizes teams to make the playoffs even more. Yeah, you're going to have 3 less home games a year. Make the playoffs. You'll have more.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, make the fucking playoffs. Put some money into your damn team. And then you'll make more money. You'll have more home games. I don't get it, but I think it'll still be a great series for the Cubs. It's a really interesting series. The San Diego Padres, you got to beat them in the early innings. You're going to have to, because they got the best bullpen, the top end of the bullpen, where you're not going to see their middle relievers in this series, but the top end of the bullpen, you've got to be able to. You don't want to see Miller in the later innings. The Padres are 62-5 this year when leading after 6 innings. 62-5.
Yeah.
You're going to have to jump on them early in the game, and I think the Cubs have the right offense to do that. I mean, they haven't been the same offense in the second half, but I think they've been good enough to where they can definitely do that. But you do not want to see this bullpen in the later innings down 1, 2, 3 runs. I don't know where you see this series going. I think rotation and bullpen, the Padres do have a slight edge in the rotation, a big edge in the bullpen. But
going on, Chad. Yeah, no, I'm with you. They have to get to. I think the Cubs have to get to any team early, because not only because of what they're going to face in other teams' bullpens, but because of what they don't have in their own bullpen. Like, that's where I'm at with the Cubs. Like, the Cubs are a team. I was telling a buddy of mine the other day. I bet the Cubs -1.5. And it was something like it would have been like a $67 payout. It was the 7th inning, and the Cubs were up 10-1. They were offering me $65 of the $67. I cashed out because I didn't trust the Cubs bullpen to not give up more runs. And so I can't. I'm concerned about the Cubs bullpen, but again, this Major League Baseball playoffs is so wide. I really don't know how it's going to shake out. If you tell me the Padres come into Wrigley and they win 2 straight off of the Cubs, not shocked. If you tell me that the Cubs win 2 straight off the Padres, not shocked. If you tell me it goes 3 games, not shocked. Like, it would not surprise me. I think the only thing that would surprise me going into these playoffs after today would be if the Mets were to get in and the Reds were out. That might shock me a little bit.
Yeah, that would shock me too. I mean, I just think the Reds, like I said, they are the hottest team in the National League right now, and I think they've been pretty darn good. I mean, the only thing that would scare me about these Cubs series is, man, you didn't get an ace, and now you got Shota Imanaga, who's given up 31 home runs on the season.
Yeah,
12 in his last 6 starts. That's scary. Cade Horton is hurt, right? And it's just like, I mean, it's kind of worst case scenario. I read an article the other day, I think it was by Sahadev Sharma of the Athletic, who said that one of the X factors is Michael Soroka. If Michael Soroka is your X factor for the Cubs,
Yeah, but I mean that's on Jet. I mean that's where this roster's been put in a position to be, though. You know what I mean? Like Jet hasn't put this roster together enough to where this roster can look like a dominant team. That's the problem with the Cubs, is that you're not going into these playoffs like, man, this team is so damn good, right? Like you're going into these playoffs just like almost every other team in baseball right now, where you're like, man, I could really see a scenario where they get beat to hell. Like the Cubs are that way. I think the Padres are that way. I think the Dodgers are that way. I there's not a team. I even think the Brewers are that way. The way that they've been playing lately. I mean the Reds are beating the Brewers to get into the playoffs. You know what I mean? So like I don't see any scenario, especially in the National League. You might be able to convince me in the American League that the way that the Yankees are playing, they're the team to beat in the American League. But even I mean, they're the Yankees. They find a way every freaking year since 2009 to find a reason to not get there or find a reason to lose in the World Series. Like that's who that team is right now. But
Eric Cole going down really hurts them now.
yeah,
Not the regular season, but now.
yeah, but they've got enough depth. I mean, they've built enough depth to where they could be okay, and that lineup is always as potent. The Phillies are another team where I look at the Phillies as like, man, this team's going to be really, really good, especially with that lineup. They're going to be tough to beat. But you look at their rotation too. Their rotation can give up a lot of runs.
Are you feeling a lot better about the Cubs right now if Mackenzie Gore is starting game one here?
Well, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better if Jed does anything at the deadline.
I mean, even if who's the guy from the Diamondbacks who was dealt?
Gallon?
No, I forget his name, but it's all right. But I mean, just any pitcher, yeah. I mean, even a mid-level starter, I think right now you feel a little bit better about, or somebody who could throw strikes and come in. If I think one three-run home run in the first game, and that could be all she wrote. Cubs, which really is tough, but we'll see. I mean, I still think they got a good shot at it. You're right. It is wide open. The San Diego Padres have some troubles too.
Yeah.
Luckily they don't have to lean on their middle relief, but they don't have a lot of power. And their defense is not as good as the Cubs. They do not have a great defense. So
I feel a lot better about the Cubs if Kate Horton was starting game one too. I mean, that injury hurts quite a bit as well. I mean, not having him, finding out that he freaking fractures a rib because he's coughing. What is it about Cincinnati? That's where freaking Rizzo used to always get hurt, and now that's where you lose Kate Horton. He got sick when he was in Cincinnati, fractured a rib while coughing.
Maybe it was New York where Sammy Sosa during the playoff run one year hurt his back sneezing.
Yeah,
I think it was New York though, but still.
It's just wild stuff. There's something about Cincinnati. I blame Skyline Chili.
You should. Yeah, a lot of pepper.
Yeah, and it sucks. But anyway.
Well, I mean, I think it just shows again that's really any sport when it's wide open like this is a lot more fun. I mean, I think a lot of the storyline last year was who's going to beat the Dodgers, and nobody did.
While we started rambling about baseball playoffs, by the way, it was 24-6 Steelers. Minnesota has scored 2 touchdowns since. It is now 24-21. They completed a 2-point conversion. There's 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. They only have 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning. So I don't know if they're going. Oh yeah, they're going to try an onside kick here.
Yeah, they're going to try to onside kick, or they could kick it out of bounds. Kicking it to the receiving team, probably not smart.
Probably not smart.
Kicking it to the team on the 1-yard line, probably not smart. I wonder what team did that. Oh, the Bears against the Vikings. Okay.
Yeah.
Can
I
we talk?
mean, the Vikings should be 1-2 at this point. I mean, the Bears beat themselves in that game against the Vikings. The Bears had that game won against a rookie quarterback who looked like he had no idea what a forward pass was for 3 quarters of that game.
And kind of didn't in the next 4 quarters he played. But
But let's talk about the Bears team that was good. And that was last Sunday
Yeah.
against the Dallas Cowboys. Look, they look good on offense. They look good on special teams. They looked good on defense. I mean, you hold that team that has scored 62 points through the first 2 weeks, you hold them down to 14 points. I heard all of this, and I got on Monday and had my own little thing because I messaged you and I knew you were at work, but I was like, I was hearing all of these takes come out, and I'm like, it's starting to burn me. I was like, yeah, I gotta get something out. And it was the, yeah, but somebody tell them it was just the Cowboys, and somebody, but if it was, yes, maybe it was just the Cowboys, and maybe that defense is terrible, but that offense is pretty damn good. And yes, I know that they lost CD Lamb early in the game, and that changes things for them, but you still held them down to 14 points. And if they lost that game, had they lost that game to the Cowboys, you would have murdered them.
Yeah.
Like, how do you lose to a team that lost CD Lamb?
You got to beat those teams. I mean,
Yes.
Dallas did win a game coming in to the game. Yeah, the Bears were at home, but you got to win that game. And you could have probably, if you really poured it on, you could have probably won that game by a lot more. At the end of the game, you're just kind of, Dallas was kind of done, and so were the Bears. And but I mean, you still beat an NFL team. I mean, you still have to beat that team. They're not the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins almost beat Buffalo. So, I mean, you still have to beat these teams, and it looked good. The pass over the middle to Luther Burden. We can talk about the flea flicker if you like. Yeah, it's a great athletic trick play, but I want to talk about the things that are in the flow of the offense. I think the things in the flow of the offense worked really well. Even though he kind of slid out of his protection to the right, he throws that ball across his body to DJ Moore in the back of the end zone, so DJ Moore doesn't turn into Trudy from The Facts of Life again. So he gets to eat a little bit. Luther Burden looked very good. So I don't know who was bitching about Luther Burden, but anyway, Colson Loveland even got some love, even though I think Doubting Thomas, who finally checks in, and is King Joffrey from Game of Thrones, which I think is probably the character that mostly embodies Doubting Thomas. Bears win today, and everyone is jumping on the bandwagon. Yeah. Not me. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon yet.
You're not jumping on the bandwagon yet?
It did start to look like there is progress happening, and I should listen to my own dumb self, or maybe I shouldn't. But I remember I even did a Fitz gibberish on it. It's not going to look good for a while.
Yeah.
And at least it looked good. They got in and out of the huddle quickly. They did a lot of things quickly. So, Caleb made some good decisions, I think. And man, it's hard not to mention every week that he got some talent, man. How many people make that pass on that flea flicker? I mean, honestly, how many?
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Mahomes.
Especially since that flea flicker ended up being like a lob pass for an alley-oop as opposed to just a quick strike back to the quarterback. I mean, that thing hung up there for days. When it went up, I was like, oh God, here we go. I had flashbacks to the Eberflus freaking Waldron era where they tried something and you're like, what are you doing? And he flips that ball up, and then I mean it works. And then at the end of the play, I mean, Burden almost drops that pass.
Yeah.
And so it was a great pass from Caleb. It was a great play from the Bears. That's what you want to see out of the Ben Johnson playbook. And I know afterwards he said it was a coaching effort. Like that was something that the coaching staff had come together throughout the week after watching tape and said that was something that an Eberflus defense was susceptible to. And so that they practiced it all week and they used it, and it went off, and they get the touchdown for it. So good stuff. And I love that type of stuff. That's what I'm looking for in this coaching staff. I think I was more impressed with the way that the defense played in that game. I mean, to hold them to 14 points with or without CD Lamb is still pretty damn good, considering you're still missing some of your top defensive players, Jalen Johnson being hurt, You're still missing Kyler Gordon. You're still missing your top 2 corners, and you're still there. Tyreek Stevenson looked really good
Yeah,
again. I've been a fan of his since he's been
yeah,
drafted.
I know, and I have not. But I mean, he was very good this season. He's been very good.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has another interception today. I mean, you going up against a Geno Smith who has not looked very good, 800 plus yards passing. I know he's got 4 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. So you can have this Vegas victory. Now then you go on a bye week and then you get the Commanders and the Saints before you go into the back-to-back with Cincy and Baltimore, which looks a lot different now with Jake Browning under center. But I expect Jake Browning to be better than he was last week. But I think he's a compilation of what he was last week plus what he was the last time that he filled in which he was actually really damn good numbers wise. So I think he's somewhere in the middle of that where he's an okay quarterback. He's a backup. And so you look at things a little bit differently now. If they beat Vegas and they get revenge on a Commanders team that needed a Hail Mary to beat them last year, which they look susceptible. Their offensive line does not look good this year. Jaden Daniels will be coming off of an injury in that game. You're going to have their defense is not very good either in Washington. They're pretty beat up as well. If you could find yourself sitting at 4-2 heading into those games,
There we go.
I mean, it's a different looking team, right?
Here we go with your math. You're just stringing together victories here for the Chicago Bears. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing?
I said if. I didn't say they were going to. I said if.
You wear the Friends for Fitz.
You said you're not getting back on the bandwagon.
You wear the Friends for Fitz shirt today. When I talked about the deficiencies with the Cubs, you didn't lose your mind. You've been very rational and logical all day. And then we get to the Bears and something happens to your brain.
I said if. I didn't say they were going to win.
There
is a chance the Bears win those games, correct?
Expectations feed future resentments.
I don't have expectations. That's the difference.
You're giving yourself expectations.
There's no expectations. I said if.
You're not going to be on here in 4 weeks saying they could have been 4-2.
No. I'm saying if they were 4-2, then you're back on the bandwagon. That was the whole thing. We started this because of Doubting Thomas's question. If the Bears win, or not question, but statement, if the Bears win today, everyone's jumping back on the bandwagon. And you said you're not. I said, I don't know how you could not jump back on the bandwagon when you look at what's lying ahead of them in the next couple of weeks.
They still have some troubling injuries. I don't think the TJ Edwards injury is that big because Soul is his backup who's been pretty good. Grady Jarrett though is out. Darnell Wright, which I don't know how much that hurts them.
What's going on, Megan? Your daughter was on here pimping out my wife earlier, just so you know.
Wow.
She was.
Wow. I will say this. At least we didn't have the Matt Eberflus, the Flusian win where he's running off the field. Doubting Fitzgibbons. Here we go. Okay. I'm not going to say they're great because they beat the Cowboys. I mean, there was some good things that did happen. You didn't have Flusy walking off saying he beat the Bears. I guess before the Bears game, he said, yeah, we know them. We know them pretty good. We know this offense. And Ben Johnson's
like, okay to leave with what you saw last week? Isn't it okay to start being, all right, well, if this is the team that shows up week in and week out, they can at least be competitive in every game. I'm not saying they're going to win every game, but if that's the team that shows up, a team that had discipline, a team that had some
not one sack.
No,
0 sacks for the first time in Caleb Williams' tenure. Go on.
That defensive front was not very good of Dallas. So I do give you that. I think that it's going to be more of a test today against the Vegas. Now you got to deal with Max Crosby.
Yeah.
But
So the
and
Bears have
Darnell
some
Wright's out
face
today.
off with Max Crosby in your estimation.
Darnell
The
Wright
Bears-
can't hold him today, so there's that because he's out.
I mean, and if he's facing Braxton Jones, that could be a problem too.
Oh, if he's facing anybody on this Bears offensive line, it's a problem.
Well, there is some talent or some guys who have been, Pro Bowlers and all pros that are on this line, but they're just not on the outer side of the line.
Well, unless you're going to move Tooney to tackle. If you want to move Tooney to tackle, you might be able to contend with Crosby.
Yeah, he might. I mean, it's just,
with those injuries, what do you do? I mean, you're going to have to shuffle up the line a little bit, right? If Darnell Wright's out, I mean, is Amagaji going to get a go? Which can you imagine Kieran Amagaji versus Max Crosby?
Yeah, I don't.
My eyes are going to start twitching.
My eyes are going to start switching. What about Ozzy Trapillo? Is he not? He doesn't play for the Bears right now. He's only taken in the second round.
Felicia says, "Let's play nice, guys." We don't play nice on this show, Felicia.
We're trying to, but I got a guy who loses his mind sometimes when we start talking about the. I do it too. It's not like I don't do it. I want to come on here and be happy about the Bears.
No, you don't.
Happy about all this, but you don't draft an edge rusher. You really don't draft offensive linemen well, and you're not going to win.
I don't think you're capable of being happy about the Bears. I think what happens was you expected the Bears. Oh my God. Yeah, and I even talked about it on the show. I was going to answer, but you hung up too quick. I was going to answer you while we're on. You call me on FaceTime, but you can't even watch the damn show. Anyway.
Got around to the show now, 42 minutes later.
Yeah. It took him 42 minutes to figure out why I didn't answer his call. Unreal. That's why the Patriots are going to lose to the Panthers today.
That's like Ashton Genty trying to block rushers coming into the backfield. Did you see that play? I wish I would have downloaded that for Doubting Thomas.
That play was.
If you can't block guys coming in, you're not going to get 25, 30 carries a game. You're not going to be in that backfield a lot. You're going to be who I said you were going to be, a poor man's Reggie Bush. That's who Ashton Genty looks like to me. Now, I mean, we're only 3 games in. I get it. That's what he looked like coming out. That's what he looks like now. He's not going to be some bell cow, who's taking a lot of snaps back there. If he's going to block like that in the backfield, that gets you out of the backfield for quite a lot of plays.
Yeah. And Shad says Carson Wentz is going to steal the starting spot if they pull off this comeback. I don't know that JJ gets his job back. I said that last week. I don't know that he gets it back because JJ is Combs says the liar because he just tried FaceTiming me again because I said I was going to answer and put him on the air. That was the first time. You can't just do it again.
Well, maybe we'll bring you on for the.
No, we won't.
Okay.
But I think that Carson Wentz does take this job, even if they don't come back and win. I mean, what is he? He's like 30 of 40 today. He's got 300 plus yards passing, a couple of touchdowns. He did throw an interception, but it was kind of a tipped ball that went off of his receiver's hands. He's getting his ass beat off the offensive. I mean, the Steelers are on him on every damn play. I mean, he's still got mask sticking out of every freaking spot in his helmet.
I mean, I've never got the. I mean, I don't get the JJ McCarthy hype. I probably never will. Saw him play quite a bit in college. Did not see anything that jumped off the page to me. I don't know what to tell you. He just wins. Okay. There's a lot of players that Craig Krenzel won a lot in college. No one was giving him starting jobs other than the Bears. And that's the Bears. Doubting Thomas says Fitz thinks he's tough with the beard. You goddamn right I do, Doubting Thomas. I don't need the beard, okay? Unbelievable.
Ryan Day looked pretty tough yesterday in that victory with Ohio State.
I don't like Ryan Day. I don't like Ryan Day. He obviously dyes his beard. I mean real bad dye job there. That's a real, come on. That's not dyed. It looks like shoe polish on his face.
Which one's closer to your beard? Guys, let us know in the chat. Which one is closer to Ryan's beard? Is it the Woolly Willy or is it the Ryan Day? I think it's the Ryan Day, but Woolly Willy's pretty close.
What about your beard?
What about
Woolly Willy? Obviously, Combs Jr., Woolly Willy. Thanks. Thanks, Combs Jr. You know, he just told you he wasn't going to put you on the show. And now you're back.
I know. I mean, he did put that up there. And this is why he doesn't get to come on the show.
Stiff-armed.
Tell Martha I said fuck you. And tell Junior I said fuck you too. Dad's had the same chin strap for years. So?
Yeah. Your mom liked it.
Unbelievable.
You are and always have been penis cancer in human form.
Thanks, Paul.
Jules says it's somewhere in the middle of Woolly Willy and Ryan Day.
Thanks, Jules. Thanks, cousin.
Are we going to call it Woolly Day? Is that what it is?
Oh, my.
Day?
Woolly Day here.
Ryan Willy? All right. So at the end of the day, you're picking the Raiders in this game. Then you think the Raiders are beating the Bears today?
Yeah, I'm staying. I mean, I'm staying where I was at previously. This is a more veteran team. You named Max Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Pete Carroll is a good coach. I hate to say it. He's kind of a prick. I think he's kind of slimy, even on head coaching standards. He's a little slimy. But he's also good at his job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the Raiders take it. They're at home. I think I do. Is that where we're starting with our picks today at the Bears? Are we going to start with the Bears?
We can start with the Bears. I was actually just looking for my paper that I had all of our picks written down on. But you know how that goes because
so ready for the show.
My
beautiful
wife, my beautiful wife, who always, I love so much, who decides, hey, I'm going to clean, and then when she cleans, I lose stuff because she doesn't know what it's for, so she just puts it.
I think you have to get it. I think you have to get attached to your feminine side.
And I think that's what it means to be a well-balanced man, is to be able to tap into that divine feminine and be vulnerable.
Drink some of that ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, he might like it. Bears 28. Combs Jr. Bears 28. Raiders 17. Holy cow.
Trying to get back on the show.
He's trying to get back. Yeah, I mean, I guess that could happen. They could win it. I mean, it's an NFL game, but I just don't see. I don't see this season going the way they think, or that people think it's going to go after one win against the Dallas Cowboys at home.
Well, you're the naysayer. You're going Raiders -1.5. I'm going to go Bears. I'm going Bears +1.5. I think the Bears win this game outright. I understand what this Raiders defense has. I understand the pass rush that they can bring with Max Crosby, but I also don't think that this Raiders offense is very good. Geno Smith does not light the world on fire. I think the Bears offense, I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game, but I think that the Bears ultimately win this game, probably by a touchdown, if not more.
Why
So-
is this the 3:30 game?
Because they're in Vegas. If it was a noon kickoff, it'd be 10 o'clock in Vegas.
So,
Yeah, they don't do that. You know that.
I mean, I think they do it. Okay,
They don't.
whatever.
All right.
Whatever. I still think the Bears lose this game. I just don't think they have it in the trenches, man. I think that's where they probably lose this game, is in those trenches. It's not being able to block and just not getting any pressure on Geno Smith. And if you don't put pressure on Geno Smith, he is accurate. And he could pick it apart back there. So I think they're going to have trouble in this game, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't. What's that?
You want me to call out the games today? You can write your little gay notepad. Not that there's any.
Actually, I took the. I have a spreadsheet that I did last week, and that's what I was just trying to pull up.
Combs Jr. If the Pats lose, I'm checking out. Out of what? I don't know. Would you be checking out of there? I think Patriots might lose today. I don't know who they're facing. I have to be honest. Oh yeah, Carolina. You already mentioned it. Yes, Carolina, and they're -5.5. Why don't we start there? Carolina going in to Boston, to the New England Patriots. Who do you got there? Brandon Combs Sr. Who do you got there, Brandon Combs Sr.?
I'm going with the Panthers +5.5.
Let's go to Brandon Combs Jr. now after that call. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Got the Panthers going into New England and winning this.
I do.
Winning it outright or just covering the spread.
Drake May fumbled the ball 4 times last week. The Patriots are not
-5.5.
trying to find their identity. I think that the Panthers. I don't know that the Panthers win this one outright, but they at least cover the spread.
Okay. I got New England there. I got them at least covering. I'm taking New England there. Yep.
All right.
Moving on. New York. The Battle of the Coast. The Los Angeles Chargers against the New York Giants. The New York Giants are +6.5. Whew. Getting 6.5 points at home. Starting Jackson Dart for the first time. Your buddy, your lover, Brian Dable. Coaching. Who do you got? New York Giants against the Los Angeles Chargers, if you forgot after all that gobbledygook.
No, this is a tough one for me because I don't know what Jackson Dart's going to be coming out of the gate. I'd like to think that he's going to be better than what Russell Wilson has given them. But the Chargers are really, really freaking good, man. I mean, they are passing the ball all over the place. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I'm gonna give up the points this week.
Yeah, it pays to protect your quarterback. I mean, that's really the first thing you should do. First pick of the Jim Harbaugh era was an offensive lineman, Joe Alt, by the way, from where? Notre Dame. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to take the Giants. It's just going to be hard for me to take the Giants until they show me something different. I got the Chargers here, cover and win by at least a touchdown here. So moving on. The Tennessee Titans, probably the worst team in the league, facing the 0-3 Texans. 0-3 Texans at home are -7.5. Whew. At home against the Tennessee Titans. I say they gobble them up here. I got the Texans all the way. I don't see how the Texans keep this close. I think they're safe in this game and they win this by a lot. But what do you got?
This is a game where I like the Texans. I think that they haven't played up to their potential just yet, and I think that at some point you're going to get right. I think this is the game where they get right, but I'm also worried, man, because look, the Titans don't have anything. They don't have anything on defense. They don't have anything on offense. I mean, Aya Minor is their rookie wide receiver who's leading the team in receiving. I don't know what this Titans team is. I'm gonna take the Texans -7.5 as well, but I don't feel good about it.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Long way to get to taking the same team I took. But okay. Anyway, the Washington Commanders going into the Atlanta Falcons, going into Atlanta. Hotlanta's -2.5. Who you got?
Lost by 30 to the Carolina Panthers last week.
Yes, they
Lost
did.
by 30 to the Carolina Panthers. That
Your
being said,
Carolina Panthers.
give me the Atlanta Falcons -2.5 today against the Washington Commanders. I don't think the Washington Commanders are very good. I especially don't think they're very good with Marcus Mariota under center. Jaden Daniels will be out again this week, so I am not taking the Commanders to cover even with points.
I actually knew that Jaden Daniels was out. I forgot who was out last week that I didn't know about. But anyway, yeah, I'm going. I think I'm going with the Falcons here too. I don't like this Commanders team without Jaden Daniels there. I don't think Jaden Daniels is as good as everybody thinks in the league, but I also think he's way better than Marcus Mariota. So I'll take the Falcons at home -2.5. That was a long way to say that I just agree with you, but going to Buffalo, baby. New Orleans Saints, one of the worst teams in the league, going into Buffalo with one of the highest spreads of the season's gotta be -15.5. The Buffalo Bills are against the New Orleans Saints. Do I just put you in for the New Orleans Saints here, or what do you got, Combsy?
I am
Half. That's a college spread there, buddy.
It is, and this is another tell because I always had a rule where if it's more than 10 points in the NFL, I take the points. But this Saints team's really, really bad. The problem is, I don't know the exact number. I'm trying to look it up as we talk, but Josh Allen is not very good in big spreads. Like his record in big spreads is not very good.
Are you saying that he's smoking reefer before the game in these big spreads? He doesn't take them seriously.
I think that they tend to play with their food a little bit. Yeah,
I like that analogy.
Josh Allen is 5-8 in spreads of 10 or more.
Ooh,
in his career. Not very good. But this Saints team is one of the worst teams I've ever
seen. Are they worse than the Titans?
They're pretty bad. I don't know if they're worse than the Titans. These two, God. When those two teams play each other, I will not be watching that game.
Yes. You don't like watching Spencer Rattler play? Who I still think is not a real person, but
I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going to give up the points.
Wow, I'll go with New Orleans. Why not? 15.5. I don't know. This Bill team is weird.
Opened at 17.5.
Yeah, that's crazy, man, for an NFL game.
Yeah.
But I could see it. Oh, and now we're moving over to probably the game I'll be watching, the noon game I'll be watching. Philadelphia Eagles go into Tampa Bay. My boy, Baker Mayfield, I'll already pick. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at +3.5. Let's go, Baker. One tough-ass son of a gun. Who do you got? You want to take the Buccaneers. I could see it on your face. You want to take them. Holmes has the Buffalo Bills 52-10. So
that's wild. But it's probably accurate.
Bucks, but it's close.
I want to take the Bucks in this game because I kind of want to bet the Bucks on the money line in this game. I think the Bucks can win this game. Baker Mayfield
+170 on the money line.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield is so
pretty good.
He just doesn't lose, man. When they get down, you can just see this look on his face like they're gonna come back and win, and he knows it. It's crazy. I'm gonna take the Bucks. I'll take the 3.5 points.
I knew you wanted to take the Bucks. Moving over.
Are you taking? Who are you on?
I'm taking the Bucks. I already said it.
Oh,
the Bucks. You don't listen to me when I talk.
I try not to.
It's very hard not to listen to me when I talk because I yell like 30% of the time. Probably more than that. Anyway,
Uh,
Cleveland Browns going in, facing another NFC North opponent in the Detroit Lions, going into Detroit. Detroit's -9.5. I'm going to take the Browns in this game. Just the spread. I don't think they're going to win, but I think they cover here. I think that defense is just really good, man. I don't think Detroit's going to score a lot, even though Detroit's offense is a humming. Who
yeah,
you
I'm
got?
also on the Browns in this game. Look, there's no way with this defense that I would give up 9.5 points. The Browns defense is really, really good. I mean, they might have one of the best front sevens in all of the NFL.
I feel like we
So
need a music bet under here.
to do 9.5 points is absolutely insane to me, especially after what they did to the Green Bay Packers. So I'm gonna take the 9.5 here with the Browns.
We already did the Panthers New England game. On to San Francisco, the San Francisco and the surprising Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, your favorite quarterback, goes into San Francisco. I
don't even know what the spread is. Give me San Francisco.
San Francisco -3.5. I think I'm going to take San Francisco too, -3.5. That's pretty small, and yeah, I don't have any real confidence in Trevor Lawrence at all. I don't see why people.
He's terrible.
Maybe it's his hair, but whatever. Let's just get away from that because
we're going from San Francisco is like all the injuries. Like that's the only thing that would give you pause in this game. But I still think, I mean, they're getting their quarter. What the hell's his name? Brock Purdy back. He comes back for this game, and it's just I don't know. Jaguars don't do it for me. So
healthy Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
it's still a great San Francisco team. I mean, yeah. Then we move on to a very intriguing game: Colts Rams. The Colts probably the most surprising team in the league at 3-0. With your guy Daniel Jones going into LA. LA's -3.5.
Yeah, give me the Rams -3.5. I think that the Colts finally come back down to earth. I know the first couple of weeks they really haven't played anybody in the first couple of weeks. The Colts haven't, and they've taken advantage of that to their credit, and they've looked really, really good. Jonathan Taylor has looked like he is in MVP form. I think that comes back down to earth against this Rams defense that is really, really fast, and Matthew Stafford is so good. So I think the Rams find a way to win this one.
If he was regular Matthew Stafford last week, they probably win by 20 points in that crazy game against Philadelphia. But yeah, I'm going to take the Rams too.
How bad of a beat was that last week? I had the Rams +4 in that game, and they get the field goal blocked at the end with no time left. I'm like, okay, whatever. I had a +4, and then a 360-pound man returns the ball
for
a touchdown with no time left. Go down! Why are you running the ball back?
I mean, the Eagles have had the best fat guys for the last, it feels like a decade. The Eagles have all the best fat guys, and I'm sorry that wins you championships in this league. Get good fat guys. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but anyway. Moving on, get good fat guys. I love fat guys. Anyway, Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens 1-2 going into Kansas City. This is probably the game I'd be watching if I wasn't watching the Bears game. Ravens, Kansas City. Kansas City's +2.5 at home. Who wins this game? Who do you got? I mean, you want me to call it first? I mean, I got the Ravens. I still don't have a lot of faith at all in the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think the Ravens are one of the best teams in the league. I also think the Rams are one of the best teams in the league. I didn't mention that last game, but who you got?
This one's tough, man.
Junior, Ravens by a lot.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not huge on the Chiefs this year. I'm really not. But what I've seen from this Baltimore defense, plus all the injuries that they have, and I'm getting points with Patrick Mahomes at home, I've got to take them. So give me the Chiefs +2.5.
Chiefs +2.5. All right. You just want to be a contrarian, but whatever. Bears, Raiders, we already did. that brings us to Green Bay going into Dallas. Dallas is plus 6.5 in this game at Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very hard not to take Green Bay here. I mean, if anybody thinks Jordan Love was the guy after, 2 games, and then the last game you watched, he's just not the guy. I mean, I think he's an okay quarterback. I just don't think he's one of the best in the league. And when people keep seesawing back and forth, you can keep doing that. But I still got the Green Bay Packers, even with the minus 6.5, beating the Dallas Cowboys at home.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys plus the points in this one. I know the way that the Dallas Cowboys looked last week, but it was also they didn't expect to be without CeeDee Lamb. This week they've had a week to prepare without it, and they've been able to game plan for it. I know that their head coach came out. What the hell's his name? God, what the hell's their coach's name?
Which
for the Cowboys?
Oh, Schottenheimer.
He comes out, Schottenheimer comes out and he says that he believes that the Cowboys can beat the Packers, and in order to say that out loud, gotta kind of believe him. So
okay,
I'm gonna take the Cowboys plus 6.5.
That'll be a big loss for the Packers. Moving on, New York goes into Miami. New York Jets, I think this is a much better team than they've shown. I really thought they should have won that game in Pittsburgh in the beginning of the year. Probably a different season for them if they do. Then Justin Fields gets hurt, but Justin Fields is back against Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins are minus 2.5 at home. I got the Jets all the way here.
There is no, I said this on Friday night when I was doing
minus 2.5. That's it.
Yeah, we do an ATS challenge on BetMGM tonight, me and Ryan Horvat, college football and NFL. And this game came up, and I said, look, there's not you could put me in 15 alternate universes. There is not one of those alternate universes in which I would give up points with this Miami Dolphins team. There's just not. So I will take the points. I will take the Jets. I think
You're like Thanos,
right? And I don't even think it's a good game.
You're like Thanos over here. All right. The last game we got, the second Monday night game, Cincinnati Bengals going into Denver. Denver is minus 8.5 in this game, and they're 1-2. Bengals are 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 8.5. Who do you got?
I'm taking the Bengals plus 8.5. I think Jake Browning's better than what he showed last week, as I mentioned earlier. I know this defense is not very good, but I think this game is going to end up being a shootout between Bo Nix and Jake Browning. I think that the Bengals will be able to hang in there. Got to remember, Jake Browning still has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on his football team.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to take the Bengals plus the points. Anytime that there's a shootout, I take the points. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase in my fantasy league. Do you think Joe Burrow getting hurt? It's going to be a problem for me this year.
That's exactly why in my league, when I passed on Jamar Chase, I had the number 1 overall pick, and I passed on Jamar Chase. People are like, how did you pass on Jamar Chase? He's going to have a great season. I said, because my biggest fear is that Jake Browning by week 6 is going to be his quarterback. And here we are in week 4, and Jake Browning is his quarterback. So, yeah.
Doubting Thomas says either Casey or Baltimore will be 1-3. I love it because he loves chaos and he's Joffrey from Game of Thrones. But also, that is weird. When was the last time either of those teams were 1-3? Like, that's pretty crazy. One of them are going to be, though.
Yeah.
Grass will rain.
It's insane. And what else is insane is us. These games have already started, have already kicked off. Browns and Lions are on Fox right now here in Chicago. I don't even know if there's a CBS game. I have to turn on the other TV and check. But we are going to do a Bears post-game hit tonight after the game, probably at 6:30. I would imagine it'd be a good time for that.
I might show up at your house.
Okay, I'll be here. We will also have Tyler Buterbaugh with us. Tyler Buterbaugh from 670 The Score, producer over at 670 The Score, and one of the hosts of Blow the Whistle will be joining us for that as well. So big Bears fan, good Bears. He's got a lot of, we talk quite a bit about this team when we're at the station together. So bring him in, get some of his thoughts as well after the game. So you ready to get out of here?
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's freaking do it. Let's go watch some football. Till next time, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies. See you later.